Well, the one great thing about Apple launching a new product category is it gets lots of people excited, and with that excitement, lots of other manufacturers start to look at creating products for that same category. Well, the same can be said for the Apple Watch. The wearable watch technology is a very exciting category, and today we're going to take a look at something that LG has created that competes with the Apple Watch. This is the LG G Watch, and it actually existed before the Apple Watch even came to the market. And I've been wearing this for a few weeks now, and I gotta say, I really like it. The way that it works is it uses push technology. In other words, it pairs to the phone that you have, your Android phone, and works with most of the newer phones these days. And it pushes all of your things like notifications, such as emails, text messages, they all come to the phone, the watch, sorry. Take a look here. If we just open up mine, you can see there I've got a text from our landlord. I've got an email from Alyssa, happy Friday, that's pretty cool. You can see I got one more email. I can actually click on it to read that as well. That's from Brian Sword. I can look at a text message for my parking. And then I can also get into what's called my Google cards. Now, if you use your Android phone and you use Google Now, you'll be familiar with this. Anything that you're interested in on your phone, it kind of keeps track of and gives you updates. So in this case, it's 23 minutes from where I am right now to my home. Shows me the weather in Vancouver, which is where we're shooting today. Some more parking information. Oh, it also works with third-party applications for notifications like WhatsApp. So you can see I get my WhatsApp messages. I can actually go into those messages here by swiping to the left, and I could read a bunch of the different conversations inside of WhatsApp. Now, I don't respond to them necessarily on here. I do that on my phone, but it's a great way to keep notified. I also get information that I'm interested in, such as my stocks. Let's see how Facebook's doing today. Pretty good. Twitter, yep, LinkedIn, Netflix. Wow, good day in the markets. And you just simply swipe them all to the right and it closes them. You also get your notifications. So as you can see here, I've got my, my meetings that I'm supposed to be in today. Oh, Friday staff meeting coming up. And of course, it keeps track of the number of steps that you take, because part of being a wearable technology, it keeps track of your fitness, which is really cool. Now, that's not a big thing for me, but I find it interesting at the end of the day to see how far I'm going. And you can actually pair this to some of the Google Fitness apps as well, if you really want to sort of use your wearable technology to keep track of things like fitness. I usually shoot for about 10,000 steps a day. So, what else does the watch do? Well, it is also a watch so that you can have all the regular watch functions on it. I simply click on it. I can do things like I can use my stopwatch, I can check my agenda, I can take a note. You can do things like start a run, so tell it when you're doing more physical activity, so it can adjust the way it tracks your steps. So it's got all these different functions built into it. There's a few things that you can also do with the device in terms of actually speaking to it. So because it has the Google built into it, I can talk to it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, Google, send a text message to Andy Byer. Hi, Andy, what time are we finishing the show today? And it sent that text message to Andy's mobile phone. Now, I gotta be honest with you, through wearing this for the past couple of weeks, it hasn't worked perfectly, and that was actually an example of it working pretty well. Most times I end up sending a really weird message to people and they wonder what the heck I'm talking about. So for talking to the device, I'm not sure if it's quite there yet, but I gotta say, for being able to get all your notifications using that push technology from your mobile phone to your wrist, it's actually quite handy. Another thing that I find very useful in terms of talking to it is when I'm driving. So I'll say something like, okay, Google. Okay, Google. Sometimes things don't work in real life. But in this particular case, when I'm driving, I'll ask it, like, where's Finch's restaurant? It'll find it for me, and it'll actually push that information back to my phone so that if I open it up in my phone while I'm driving, I can start my navigation. You can do some navigation on the device as well, but again, I find that not the perfect use. We're still figuring out where wearable technology is going to go and what the best functions are to use, and I think for each individual, it's always going to be different, but the fact is, we're now wearing a computer on our wrist that enhances or extends the things that we can do with our mobile phone. I gotta say, the LG G Watch, I gotta give it a thumbs up. I think it's a really good looking watch. There's a few different styles that you can choose from. And one thing I like about it, you can actually exchange the wristband with any normal wristband that you buy. It's the standard fit. So that's actually a cool feature as well. The one knock, the battery. This is one of the things that they're definitely working on fixing. So it comes with this little charging station, as you can see here. And you put this on your nightstand beside your bed, and you literally take your watch off every night, and you have to be diligent about charging it. Because if I forget to charge it after one full day of taking steps, speaking to Google, checking my stock quotes, you can be certain that it's going to be low on battery by the next day and you won't get 2 days out of it. Now that's not acceptable for wearing a watch, but I've been pretty good. I go to bed every night and I remember to charge my phone and my watch.